gather in the chapel here at Old Brigade. I think about these past few weeks. Or will they say we fell from our school days? They have taught us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. No grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. And with all my love of places, sweat and rain upon your finger, no, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I share for these brave men, the love for my dear land. But when Padre called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed, and to him I had to go. No grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. And with all my love of places, sweat and rain upon your finger, no, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. And now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May month, as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. And so I'll write some words upon the wall, so everyone will know I love so much that I could see is blood upon the road. No grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll
Sort of Emer there, folks. Emer McLean with the Ballad of Grace from her album A Thorn in England's Side. Hopefully that's us back now, live, with a bit of a better quality sound and the music. Folks, my apologies. So I just want to explain what happened there to you. So say normally, like, I've had the settings on this software that I use for the show for the last year or whatever it is, and I've never sort of had to turn them off or whatever. But obviously yesterday, whenever Laura was trying to get the tickets for Peter Kay, whatever's just done to the laptop, and I'm blaming this on Laura, so I am, because I wasn't using it. Everything I had was Facebook was saying out, Google was saying out, I was saying out a StreamYard as well. So all of the settings that I had on it, for some reason, I went back to default, and I didn't know that there. So to me, it sounded okay in the headphones, but what was going out was totally different. It was very tinny. So I wish he's had to say at the start, listen, Ro, straight away, that sounds terrible. That's not right. So the first hour of the show has basically been wasted. So I'm going to delete that off YouTube and delete it off Facebook and all as well, because I'm not having anybody sort of listen to that doesn't need to, because it was a real terrible, you know what I'm like, with sort of issues with like, of quality with the music concern. I mean, I don't like people, maybe it's a first time viewer going and watching it and going, Jesus Christ, that sounds terrible, so it does, but who the hell done that there? I'm not going to watch him again, you know. Right, folks, yeah, so listen, today, 3 o'clock, kicks off in the Aviva, Derry City against, it's Shelbourne, is it? Damien Duff's team. So listen, big up and good luck to Derry City, I want to say, because obviously being a Northie, always go support the Northern team, and I have a special place in my heart for Derry. Derry City, you know, I've been playing the club there a couple of times, so I have, they've been really, really good to me. So they have, obviously, a lot of friends support Derry City. My good friend Barry Davey, who's a Derry City super fan. A lot of users all support Derry as well. So the match is on, probably 3 o'clock kick-off, 3 to 5, so it is. So good luck to Derry City, and hopefully they bring it back to the Derry. And if you are about the night, and Marty Higgins is going to be making his debut in the Derry City Sports and Social Club, so he is. So just seeing these numbers here now, I'm going to try and bump them up. We'll share the stream, folks. So again, if you're watching the show on Facebook, hit the share button again for me, because we need to share it. The numbers are a wee bit less than it was for the first hour before we turned it off. So hopefully we'll have our wee technical issues resolved now. Come on, the Shells, up the Dubs. Oh, you're going to say your dirty Dubs, aren't you? I'm on the Derry ones. Well, this, Marty, I'm going to have to blame Laura. I know she doesn't watch this show, right? So I'm glad, because she's probably on the phone with me now going, why'd you say that for? And I'd be getting grief later on. So I'm sure Mel will probably phone and say, he was there, bloody giving you grief on the show. But on this occasion, it wasn't my fault. But listen, if it meant getting Peter Kay tickets, and we had to lose the first half of the show, I'm quite happy to do that there. So there we go. Let's go to the next one. We'll go to a Derry song next here. So we are actually from good man Derry singer Declan McLaughlin. Song we've played a good few times over the years. Song of Resistance called Running Uphill. It was an original track written by Decky for his band, the Screaming Binlids, many years ago. But he's released it as a solo track on his latest album there. What's it called, The Path of Most Resistance. So a great album, that original song from Decky on this here. So here we go. So for all the Derry ones today, heading to Dublin, there's a lot of yous, I know there is. I was actually trying to get Barry Davey on the show earlier on. They're trying to get him to come on for maybe 5 minutes to chat about the game and how it's going to be going and whatever and stuff. But I know he's probably up to his neck, probably doing his own podcast there or out in the bar or whatever. But listen, fair play to you. So good luck to Derry today, and all the rest of the Northies travelling up down to Dublin, to the capital, to watch the game at the Aviva. Hopefully it'll be a massive crowd. So here we go. This is Declan McLaughlin, folks, with Running Uphill here on Rebel Sundays.
How many times must we do this to ourselves? Been on our knees a million times, asking for your help. Of all the answers that I don't understand, like I did not draw the firing line, but I know where to stand. Nobody told me, must have heard it on the news. People with nothing still had everything. It's like running uphill. like running uphill. In the corner of a graveyard, a mother kneels to pray, in the memory of a son that slowly fades away. In this part of the graveyard, the sun no longer shines. There's no fences or barbed wire, but still she's doing time, until she gets the answers to the questions that she asks. It's hard to build a future when you're haunted by the past. It's like running uphill. It's like running uphill. As the bodies hit the pavement, the world's seen what you've done. As the bodies hit the pavement, somebody's singing that we will overcome. It's like running uphill. It's like running uphill. And everybody gathered here on Central Drive is marching in the shadow of the truth you tried to hide. And every step that's taken is a breaking of your law, for your justice never added up to the murder that we saw. And time don't make no difference to the people that still care. In thousands we march the streets still knowing that you're there. It's like running uphill. It's like running uphill. It's like running uphill.
There we go. That is the sound of Dackie McLaughlin with Running Uphill. So that's basically for all the Derry ones who are heading to the Aviva today to watch Derry City in the FAI Cup final against Shelbourne. So it's a great game. So it is. So Derry have done absolutely phenomenal this year. So they've getting there, done great in the league. So I think it's been their highest league place in a lot of years. Let's see, feed the Barrera. Anybody who watched the boxing last night, Hatton versus Barrera? I seen actually Ricky Hatton's ring walk coming out with he was on a wee Zimmer frame with two nurses. He was, but I hear fair play to Ricky Hatton. But he see the shape he got himself in for like from what he was a couple of years ago, sitting up at the end of a pub in Manchester. But he like some say he's like, and also he's doing all sorts of stuff to get him back in that shape there. Fair play. Let's see. I think that's all the comments caught up. So, folks, if you're watching today if you're watching on Facebook, please share the stream for me. Hit the share button. Much appreciated. If you're watching on Twitter, please retweet the stream. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can just copy and paste the link if you want and send it around all your different social media contacts. So hopefully that their song there was a better quality than we had. I just went on the YouTube and deleted the first bit of the show. So I don't want people going back and listening to that and going, Jesus Christ, that sounds terrible. So that's gone. I've deleted it from Facebook as well. I'm going to go and delete it from Twitter now because I just, you know what I'm like, folks, I just don't like people sort of listening to the stuff I put out and saying that is really bad. Why would he sit there and continue doing it there? Probably because I didn't know it was going to hit that bad. That's why. So hopefully now we'll have the settings sorted. So we'll his last farewell, big row I. John Boy McElhenney, he says, bought 2 t-shirts early on, pick them up at the gig if that's better than using the post. Yes, mate, not a problem. You can do it there. What's going to probably do it there. A lot of people to order t-shirts. I'm just you can pick it up at the gig if you want. I'll have because they're going on the week before it, so I should have them just before the weekend of the gig. So you can pick them up then, mate. So thanks very much, John. Much appreciated. Derek Daly says the Rebel Hearts Irish Citizen Army sound quality much better now. No problem. All right. Deirdre says play a Celtic song. Marty, them Belfast ones won't know what they're talking about. They call it boxing. What do you call son boxing? Hey, my from your culture up there. See, talking about cultures now, I have to say, I was doing a gig last night up in the Landurg, so I was. And the Landurg from my house is probably literally 5 minutes away, so it is. It's up a Hannelstein Hill, and you would think you were heading the County Tyrone somewhere. They're that culture up there. They're just full of farmers, and they're just people from West Belfast, like me and all the rest of the Twitter. But still, like, and all they're asking to play is all this country stuff. They're all wearing their bloody checkered shirts and their cowboy boots and all whatever and stuff. And especially the kids were the worst. They loved it. Like, but I played that their Marty Moon song, Hit the Diff, and Jesus, the place just erupted. I loved it. So they did. Playing Lisa McHugh, bloody must have played the whole bloody Garth Brooks album. And that's what was the order of the day last night up in the Landurg for all these West Belfast cultures. And actually, there's 3 people there I went to school with, right through from like Oliver Plunkett through to La Salle. And you think they were living in Tennessee, the way they were getting on last night. Good crack. Right, let's go to a song now from Mick Chinford. We'll play a song from his album last week. Michael and Paradise. We'll do another one now. The album, it's a great album. It's called 12 Dead Good Songs. And this one here, Sean South. I know it's a great version of this song. So this is Sean South from Mick Chinford, folks, on Rebel Sundays.
He was born in the city where the river Shannon flows, a youth of tender bearing, as everybody knows. He loved our native language because it was our own, and Irishmen should not forget Sean South from Garryowen. As New Year's Eve was drawing near, he faced our ancient foe. Not many had greeted him that day, for few had seen him go. But when his riddled body came to rest among his own, there were thousands there to welcome back Sean South from Garryowen. The wee ones in Fermanagh homes are asking where you've gone. Where is the red-head soldier boy who spoke our Gaelic tongue? He drew for us by the fireside, and he spoke of pierced and tone. Oh, mother, will we meet again? Sean South from Garryowen. Ashanagra, you're resting now with Ireland's noble dead, while Ulster's fields are crimson with the blood you gladly shed. May God, who reigns in heaven high, take you to his kingly throne, and may Irishmen remember well Sean South from Garryowen. May Irishmen remember well Sean South from Garryowen.
There's the man there, Mick Chinford. Yahoo! Row! There we go. And Mick with the ballad of Sean South from his cracking album, folks. 12 Dead Good Songs. So make sure you go and check it out there on Spotify. His old albums there. So it is, this is Rebel Sundays, folks, from the Rebel podcast. Myself, Big Row. As always, with myself, few wee technical difficulties there in the first hour of the show. My apologies. We're seeing you have it fixed now. So I say I've went and deleted the first stream. So it's gone from Facebook, it's gone from YouTube, it's gone from Twitter. No longer to ever be heard or seen again. So nobody knows it was that bad. So you all know it was that bad, folks. But listen, you will forgive me. I know that. So don't worry about it. But everybody else that's going to go and listen later on won't know it was there. So we're listening to this Rebel Sundays here, folks. What time is it on? 25 past 2, so we might stretch out a wee bit longer the day, so we'll, just because obviously maybe 10 minutes or I was arsing about trying to get this here sound back on. So, folks, if you've any requests, get them in the wee comments section there, and I'll try and get them on at some stage this afternoon. You know the crack. There's no playlist for this show. It's basically just wing it as we go, and we'll see how we get there. Right, so what song do we have lined up next? They have a song lined up next. We'll do a song from Callie's Men. So Big Johan asked for Callie's Men on for George and Pop, but I did play the Alan Quinn version, especially for Big Skin. So did that was in the first part of the show. So we're going to play a song from their album recorded live in the Craig and Derry, the Ballad of James Connolly. Love the way Marty Healy sings this one. It's class. So it is. Marty's voice just brilliant. So yeah, folks, if you have any requests, get them on, and we'll get them on through it before 4 o'clock, so we've got another hour and a half or so to go. So this is Ballad of James Connolly, folks, from Rebel Sundays, from the great Kelly's Men from Derry.
A great crowd gather at sight of Kilmainham, their heads all uncovered, they knelt to the ground. For inside that grim prison lay a brave Irish soldier, his life for his country about to lay down. And he went to his death like a true son of Ireland, the firing party he bravely did face. And the order rang out, present arms and fire. James Connolly fell into a ready-made grave. The black flag they hoisted, the cruel deed was over. Gone was the man who loved Ireland so well. There was many a sad heart in Dublin that morning when they murdered James Connolly, the Irish rebel. God's curse on you, England, you cruel-hearted bastards. Your deeds, they would shame all the devils in hell. There's no flowers blooming, but the shamrock is growing on the grave of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Since the Irish rebellion and the guns of Britannia, they loudly did speak, and the brave IRA stood shoulder to shoulder, and the blood from their bodies flowed down Sackville Street. In the forecourts of Dublin, they cruelly bombarded the spirit of freedom. They tried hard to quell, but above all the dim came the cry no surrender. Was the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. 'Twas the voice of James Connolly, the Irish rebel. Song called James Connolly, thank you.
On the lads there, folks, you know, I try and play as much live music on the show as possible. There's just something about a gig recorded live in the studio, you know, because you go in the studio, they can do all sorts of stuff to your voice, you know what I mean, and basically make it sound better than what it actually is. Add stuff, turn it down, lower it down, whatever, add some bits in, add instruments in. Or like basically when you go for a live gig, there's not really a lot you can do with it. You can obviously, like, you can turn the vocals up, you can turn the guitar up or down, whatever. But it's more or less what you record on the night is what you have. So cracking album out there. That's why I try and do as much live stuff on the show as possible. Just love a live band, especially a live rebel band, folks. Right, back to a couple of comments. See what I have here. John Boy says, bet you cream buns wish they could get rid of. Bet you the cream buns wish to get rid of Gio as quick as you got rid of the first hour of the show. Yep, it's gone, mate, gone away, never to be remembered or forgotten. But listen, you know the crack it is. I think if they could have got rid of Gio, he'd be away probably a month ago. They just don't have the money. They're skint. So they are absolutely skint. They haven't got the money to get rid of him, to pay his contract, to pay all his 10 bloody coaches out their contract that he brought along with him. He's just a fud. It's very, very funny. It's hilarious to watch, and it's hilarious to watch this meltdown that's happening. So it is with the Sevco fans. Absolutely hilarious, I have to say. Right, so I think it was Maura asked for Provos Lullaby. So let's see, just looking at a couple of comments here now. For Flying Comms looking for The Boys Come Michael. Yes, not a problem, mate. Scott Temps is looking for God Save Ireland or Going Home British Soldiers. Ray Callahan was looking for The Legend by Chris Carney. Ray, I was looking there for it. It's not on any of Chris's albums, unless there's a version on YouTube. But I say if there's one recorded with a phone or something, I don't really like playing that stuff. But I was looking on his 3 albums, the 2 live albums and the studio album, and The Legend isn't on any of the 3 of them. So it isn't. So I'll maybe have a wee look on YouTube and see if there's a version there I can play. But as far as I can see, mate, there isn't one there to play. Right, so we'll do this one from Maura Burns next. Maura, great follower and supporter of the show from over in Republic and Cope Bridge. So good to have you on today, Maura. So here we go. This is Live at the Barlands, The Legendary Athen Reyes. The song kicks that album off, so it is. And this is the Provos Lullaby. Just listen to the drums in this song. They're class.
Welcome on to stage, Glasgow's #1 Irish rebel band, the mighty Athen Reyes.
So go to sleep, my weary Provos. Let the time go them by. Can't you hear the bullets humming? That's a Provos lullaby. Well, I know, your clothes are worn and tattered, and your hair, it's turning slightly grey. Someday, you'll die and go to heaven. You'll find peace again someday. So go to sleep, my weary Provos. Let the time go drift them by. Can't you hear the bullets humming? That's a Provos lullaby. Well, I know, the fiddlers give you trouble. No, they cause trouble everywhere. Someday, you'll die and go to heaven. There'll be no black bastards over there. This man, the all you say. So go to sleep, my weary Provos. Let the time go drift them by. Can't you hear the bullets humming? That's a Provos lullaby.
Okay, folks, let's see the hands of the air.
So go to asleep my weary Provo. Let the time go drift and by. Can't you hear the bullets humming? That's the Provos Lullaby. Yes, that's the Provos Lullaby.
Out of sleep, my weary Provo. Crossmaglen.
There we go. That's the sound of Athen Rye there, folks, with Provos Lullaby, spicy for Maura Burns. There we go. That was from Maura there from Cope Bridge. So any more requests, folks, get them on in the comments on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook if you're watching today. So if you're watching on Facebook, again, folks, please just share the stream for us. Hit the wee share button if you can. I know a few of you are probably watching the Derry City match. It's not a problem. So let's see. Flan comes absolute tune by Athen Rye. See, Marty just says there, yeah, I just got shared that for banging the table with my coffee mug during that song. Flan says, yeah, I will miss Gio. He has a bit more class than that FUD before him, who shouted in the cameras and blamed everyone and anything. Skint the FC don't have the bucks to pay him. But I see there your man Michael Beale, who probably was the brains behind Gerard's COVID season Premiership victory, says, who obviously he's doing brilliant at QPR now, by the way, that he reckons if Gerard still had been there last season, Ange wouldn't have won. If Gerard had been there last season, the Rangers would have won the title again, which is absolute bullshit. Like, you'd probably say the same thing about Brendan Rodgers. If Brendan had stayed for the 10, we probably would have won the 10 in a row. So would have, which is sort of still a bit of a bitter pill to swallow, you know, over I'm leaving. But that's bullshit. So it is. Like, Gerard is just he has nothing without your man. He has nothing without your boy Michael McBeal. Martin Heaney looking for the James McLean song. Yes, not a problem with that there on. Of course, thinking of James this past week over all the shit that he gets for not wearing his bloody poppy. And after what did he do? Yes, I think he scored from a drag corner kick. Yes, he scored for Wigan. So yeah, we'll definitely get the James McLean song. We'll probably play the Damien Quinn version. Right, so what do we have lined up here next? We're going to do this one for Scott Temperley, who's looking for a bit of the Wolf Tones. This is God Save Ireland. And this is, I think that's from their album Live Alive O, I think it is. So we'll hear how it sounds in a minute.
High upon the gallows tree swung the noble-hearted three, by the vengeful tyrants stricken in their doom. But they met him face to face with the courage of their race, and they went with swords undaunted to their doom. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Climb they up the rugged stair, rang the voices out in prayer, with England's fatal cord around them cast. Close beside the gallows tree, kissed like brothers lovingly, true to home and faith and freedom to the last. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Girt around with cruel foes, and their courage proudly rose, and they thought of hearts that loved them far and near. For the millions true and brave, o'er the ocean's swelling wave, and the friends in dear old Ireland ever true. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die, oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. Never till the latest day shall the memory pass away of their gallant lives that's given for our land. But on the cause must go, midst the joy, the weal and woe, till we make our island nation free and grand. God high or the battlefield we die. Oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall. God save Ireland, said the heroes. God save Ireland, said they all. Whether on the scaffold's high or the battlefield we die. Oh, what matter when for Ireland dear we fall.
There you go, the brilliant and the best original Wolf tones are, folks, with God Save Ireland. That one there especially for Scott Templey there over in Falkirk, who's listening today. Cheers, mate. Folks, any more requests you have, get them in. Say we're here at 4 o'clock or maybe just after 4, and we'll get their tunes on if you're looking for them. Let's see, where's our screen? So many bloody overlays here. Yeah, folks, this is Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast, broadcasting live here on Facebook, on YouTube and Twitter, multi-streaming here each and every Sunday. And just a heads up, folks, so Sunday the 10th of December is going to be the last show of this year, okay? So it is because obviously the week after I'm going to the pantomime with the kids. It's going to be a Sunday, and obviously then we'll have Christmas the week after that there. So Sunday the 10th of December it's going to be our last show of the year, so just a wee heads up for you. And then obviously the week before it there is when we're having our gig in the Rock Bar. So let's see, really looking forward to it there. It's a decent shout. If he's still there, bud. Absolute tune by Anthony. Let's see, decent shout. Oh, he's talking here for the World Cup. I don't know here. It's a tricky one. I honestly this year I'm going to say Argentina. So I think it's a crime that Messi has not, a player of his stature has not won the World Cup. But I think this year they have done they probably have one of the best teams getting into this tournament. So I'm going to stick the neck out and say Argentina this year. So right, moving on. So what we'll do next? So yeah, we're going to do the song for James McLean. We're going to play Damien Quinn's version. James McLean, He Won't Bow Down. Because basically, it's like you know the crack with James every single year, the grief he gets, and there's nothing done about it at all, you know. And there's other players in the league that don't wear poppies for various reasons. There isn't a word said to them, but because he's an Irish Republican from Derry, and obviously has a grudge against the British Army for what they've done in his city, he gets basically the bullshit and just abuse thrown at him probably all year round, no matter when he plays. So we're going to do this one now. So it's a good shout from Marty. Here we go. This is Damien Quinn with his own original track. James McLean, He Won't Bow Down.
Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. In Derry streets, you shot them down, 14 were murdered by the British Crown. In Belfast City, you did the same, killed innocent children, you showed no shame. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. You split our land with an English border, with your tanks and guns. You came to slaughter, but our people rose and fought you back. Now it's time you left us, give our country back. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. In November time, the poppy seen, worn by presenters on TV screens, refuse to wear it, face racial chants, with threats to kill at a football match. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I wear no poppy upon my breast,
three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest.
There we go. The sound of Damien Quinn there, folks, with his original track, James McLean, He Won't Bow Down. This is Rebel Sundays, folks. Yeah, just they're in solidarity with James McLean. What a great guy, and what he does as well for his community, for his city. The money he sort of puts into different projects that you wouldn't see any other person or footballer doing, and he gets nothing but grief for it. So just solidarity with the legendary James McLean, folks, from Derry. This is Rebel Sundays here on the Rebel podcast. Myself, Big Ro, folks. So just I want to put this out here now. It's got a text about it. I want to see, do you know what this here is all about? So, folks, if you hadn't seen, if you were following last night, Clover put a post up on all their social media, so they did, to saying, we have decided that Clover will be going forward as a three-piece band. We'll be on occasion have a guest fourth member for ticket events and festivals. Derry is almost full for 2023. Still some Friday and Sundays available. Keep an eye on our social media. It promises to be a great year for Clover. So just obviously, I'm very friendly with the lads from Clover. I've had them up last year. I've done a few gigs with them, and they're coming up this year as well to play in December in the Rock for me. And I'm sort of privy to some of the stuff they do, before they make a statement about it. But obviously, Paul had been talking about this. I know they had been talking about doing it, but I think just probably problems trying to get hold of a fourth member, to stay with the band that sort of wants to dedicate their sort of life to playing in a Republican, a rebel touring band. It isn't easy, and it's obviously you can't just bring anybody in. I mean, if they're going to bring a band member in, has to sort of bring something to the band that's going to bring maybe like a lead instrument, and sing as well and stuff. And there isn't that many people out there that isn't obviously not working and playing in bands. And I think sort of Tag, Paul and Peter, they've been together that long, they have a connection there, so they do. So I think they're more or less saying now, listen, look, we've tried a few other members, brought them in, hasn't maybe really worked out. And it's a big sort of transition, bringing a new member into the band and sort of getting them out to people and stuff, and then actually recording albums with the band, and then you go to release an album, and then that sort of member has sort of left the band, and they're sort of leaving you in limbo a wee bit, So I think the way they sort of see it themselves, it's going forward, they're better off with the three of them. They know how each other, they can sort of play off each other. They've been playing together that long, and it isn't a problem obviously getting the fourth member in all the time. Peter's brother will come in and play the whistles with the band. Obviously Paddy Mangan has done a lot of gigs this year with them, and he's going to be playing in Belfast as well here in a few weeks with them. And then so if they need another member, they can get someone, but I think for them going forward, it's better for Clover as a three-piece band. So that's what it's all about. I know a couple of people sort of texts going, listen, what's going on here? Do you know what's happening? So that is what it is. It's nothing sort of like sort of behind the scenes. That's just the way that there's just the statement the band have made out. So fair play to them. It's great to see that their diary is almost full for next year already. So it is. Right, so let's see. Jumping back a few of these comments. I think it's a lot of people are all just talking amongst each other here, so they are. I'm trying to find it. RT2. Clover, absolute legends. Yes, they are indeed. And I know they've had a lot of support for that. Their post that they did put out, so they had. Right, so let's see what we're going to play. We're going to pick a song here from my album. It's one I haven't done in maybe a few weeks, or maybe probably a couple of months. Of course, talking about the song from Brenton Beck McFarland, Terrorist or Dreamer. So hopefully this here doesn't get us cut off the show. Like somebody did ask earlier on for it's one of the songs that Clover recorded. I'm going to try and find it here, so what one it was. They were looking for The Boys Will Call Michael. So I think there is a Clover version of that there, so I'm going to try and find it. Jerry Donnelly said, "What's crack, Jerry? How you doing, mate? I hope you're having a good time over in Canada." about the house. Des Belfast saying a big hello to all Des in Belfast. Yes, great news to hear that Paddy is still coming to Belfast with Clover. Yes, he is indeed. So yeah, Paddy's going to be up, but I think now he is heading home straight that night. But the lads might be hanging around maybe the next day, might be playing on the live podcast, might not be. We'll see what happens. Well, here we go. This is sound of number 5. Is that there? Is it? Just making sure. Oh, here we go. So it's Brett and Beck McFarland with Terrace or Dreamer, folks, here on Rebel Sundays, and I'd say there's a fair chance this might get cut off Facebook. So you know what the crack is. If it does get cut off, we'll get the stream started straight away again.
Sackville Street, the curfew drove the restless side to side. The black and tans marched up and down, the moon shone cold and bright. The shot was like a whip crack, pulled the first man off his feet. He died on bloody cobblestones while his comrades combed the street. They called up reinforcements, pulled the people from their beds. They were screaming, "Get the bastard!" but its fear was in their heads. Found him in a cellar, he was only 17, fighting for his country, dying for green. The sergeant dragged him by the hair and beat him to the ground. Into this young man's body he emptied every round. "Come out and take a look," he cried, as he marched his troops away. They went in stony silence, such a price to have to pay. Some knelt and prayed beside him, but it's too late anyhow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. In 66 this country sang the praises of the dead. We didn't call them rebels then, we used patriot instead. On every household TV screen we saw how hard they fought, how they spilled their life's blood, how freedom had been bought. The garden gates were opened up to silent motorcades. Cannons boomed and flags unfurled, solemn wreaths were laid. Prayers for those departed were called for loud and clear. For those who had been outlawed, but that was another year. The veterans lined up stiff and proud, their white hair ruled the wind, with their pride pinned to their gabardines, the thoughts upon their friends, and bitter wounds burst open, the scars of history went flying into our faces in stark reality. Just up the road from Sackville Street. Ah, but things are different now. They said he was a rebel then, but he's a hero now. Along the Falls Road, soldiers push their glances left and right. Kids of the English working class, soldiers overnight, tossed into the melting pot of bloody war and strife, never understanding and fearing for their lives. Outside the Glen Road Brewery, oh, bomb takes two away. The bomber's work is over, he's finished for the day. The terrorist or the dreamer, or the savage or the brave, it depends whose vote you're trying to catch, whose face you're trying to save. There's tea and cakes in Downing Street, there's whispers in the hall. Let's move the Cure Odisha, now our backs are to the wall. There's panic down in Leinster House, where words are seldom scarce. Send someone to Glasnevin quick to remember Patrick Pearse. Once more his crucifixion, it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. Once more his crucifixion, well, it seems a lie somehow. They said he was a rebel then, he's a hero now. He's a hero now.
And probably 3, 2, 1, and I'm just waiting now on this wee thing popping the screen going, Facebook has fucked you off for the afternoon, so it has, but maybe not. Well, maybe Mark is gonna surprise us all the day. Marty here says, yep, what a legend Beck is, definitely. Beck was playing a few songs well, along with Jerry McCabe at Cruncher's birthday gig there on Friday night. Would have been great to hear. Valerie says, lovely song. James McLean has the old the cat's nails out, claws out here. I've been about time been waiting on to hear this in your show for about a month now. Well, there you go, mate. You see, perseverance will always win. So it will. Jerry Donnelly, yes, we get back from Canada last night, mate. Happy days. Hope you had a good time, mate. Just in case I forget, big shout out today. Happy birthday today to Owen McAtee from up there from Portadown, and all the rest of the lads are McAtee's recycling and listening to the show today. A few years are so. Owen, mate, happy birthday from myself, Ro. I know you're a big fan of the show. So yeah, happy birthday, Owen, mate, and I hope you have a good day. Owen McAtee there in Portadown. Says Facebook is sound now. I think they're turning Republicans. Doubt very much Republicans. Maybe they're the Republicans of the Donald Trump kind. Maybe not the Republicans of the Mary Lou McDonald kind. I don't know. Right, so somebody earlier on had asked for the Boys of Carmichael. I'm not sure who it was, so if it was you, ask for it. Just jump back in the comments there, and I will get it on for you. So Derek Daly was looking for the Rebel Hearts for Irish Citizen Army. Yep, so I will get that there on next minute after this one. So this one here is the Boys of Carmichael from probably the original one themselves, Johnny Donegan. Probably the most famous person for probably singing this song. So here goes Rebel Sundays, folks, on live on the Rebel podcast on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. Multi-streaming here for another hour at least anyway. So here we go. There's Terry on. Jesus, Terry, how you doing? Hail, everyone. Me and Carl are on our way home from Newcastle. What had is Newcastle? Newcastle upon Tyne, man. There we go. Right, here we go. This is for Tom Barry and the lads, the Boys of Carmichael. if it plays. And why is it not playing for? There we go. Play now.
Whilst we honor in sun and in story, the memories of fearsome that bright. Those names are illumined in glory, with madness full ounces and died. Forget not the boys of Kilmaigle, those brave boys so gallant and true. Oh, fought 'neath the green flag of Ireland, conquered the red, white and blue. On the 20th day of November, the tanks left the town of McLean. Never seated into Crossley tenders as they hurried along to their doom. They were on the high road to Kilmaigle. They never expected to start. They met with Tom Barry's bold column that made a clean sweep on them all. Forget not the boys of Kilmaigle, those brave boys so gallant and true. Oh, fought 'neath the green flag of Ireland, conquered the red, white and blue. The lorries were out before twilight, and the high over Dunmanway town. Their banners were raised in triumphant to show that the tanks had gone down. They gathered their rifles and bayonets, and they left now the glen so obscure. They never drew in till they parted at the battle where camp at Glenore. Forget not the boys of Kilmaigle, those brave boys so gallant and true. Oh, fought 'neath the green flag of Ireland, conquered the red, white and blue. The sun in the west was sinking on the eve of the golden day. The cans that were eagerly waiting, they begin to the spot where they lay. And over the hills went the echo, the peal out the rifle and gun. The smoke from the lorries gave tidings that the boys of Kilmaigle had won. Forget not the boys of Kilmaigle, those brave boys so gallant and true. Oh, fought 'neath the green flag of Ireland, conquered the red, white and blue. So here's to the boys of Kilmaigle, the brave boys so gallant and true. Oh, fought 'neath the green flag of Ireland, conquered the red, white and blue.
The great Johnny Donegan there, folks. The boys of Kilmichael on Rebel Sundays here on the Rebel podcast. Myself, Big Ro, till maybe just after 4 o'clock this afternoon. Cheers for tuning in to us all, and anybody else who's tuned in now, not live, who's listening maybe this week sometime or this evening or whatever. Just in case you're wondering, just tuning in now, and why the sort of show didn't. The show you're listening to now didn't start off as normal. It was basically, we'll have the show, the first hour of the show earlier on, but with a few technical difficulties, and obviously didn't know the maybe good way bit into it that there was issues with the sound going out. So I've scrapped that whole first hour off the show from Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, so it's not there anymore. You don't know it existed. So just in case you're logging into the show now at a future date and watching and going, Jesus, that there didn't normally start the way the show always starts. That's the reason for it, okay? So hope you enjoy the next 2 hours or so of the show you've been listening to anyway. Right, let's see. what else do I have people saying here? Carlan says, "Oh, Ro, give us the Whistling Donkey. Something said so. What? Something said so strong. I've never heard the Whistling Donkey sing that song." Hi, Val and Dale. 19 days till you're over in Glasgow. Terry Craney says about Damien Quinn. Yep, already played it. But Damien Quinn there the day, the James McLean song. But we'll maybe fit one in before we finish up. Let's see here as well. So Carlan says, "Afternoon all. Hope you all have well. I've got the pest. Terry here. We have the Rebs on here in the bus. So anybody who's listening to the show today, if you have it, I don't know if you have it on headphones or not, but if you're listening to the show, the girls are on the main bus back to Glasgow from Newcastle. So hello to all users if you're listening on their stream today. This is Rebel Sundays here on the Rebel podcast. So hopefully you'll be able to hear it and we'll get a few more tunes on. Right, we're going to do a bit of Chris Carney next from his album called Live in Potter Browns in Dublin. So for Ray on who's looking for the legend, mate, I can't find it anywhere. I've looked for YouTube on it. I've looked for it on Spotify. Can't find the version of the legend there. So sorry, mate. Here we go. So this is the Merry Playboy from Chris Carney Live in Potter Browns in Dublin.
Everyone says we saw this thing called the Merry Playboy.
We've just been knocked off Facebook, so we'll get it back on. Here we go.
Well, I am a merry playboy, and I plough the fields all day, till the sudden thought came through my mind that I should run away. For I'm tired of this slavery, since the day that I was born, and I'm off to join the IRA, and I'll be off tomorrow. And we're all up to Dublin in the green of the green, where the helmets be glistening in the sun, where the bayonets flash and the rainbows crash, till the echo of a Thompson. Well, I'll leave behind my pick and spade, and I'll leave behind my plough, and I'll leave behind me old grey mare, full of war, but I need them now. And I'll leave behind my Mary, she is the girl that I adore, and I wonder if she'll think of me when she hears those AKs roar. And we're all up to Dublin in the green of the Queen, where the helmets be glistening in the sun, where the bayonets slash and the rifles crash, till the echo of a Thompson. And when this war is over, and dear old Ireland is free, I will take her to a chapel on the hill, and her all so it shall be. Well, some men they fight for silver, some men fight for gold, but the IRA are still fighting for the land that the British stole. And we're all up to Dublin in the green, where the helmets will be glistening in the sun, where the bayonets slash and the rifles crash, till the echo of a Thompson. Yes, to the echo of a Thompson gun. The Merry Playboy.
Yeah, so the bold Chris Carney here, if you folks, the Merry Playboy, recorded live at Potter Brown's pub in Dublin. Big shout out to Aidan Brown, folks. You're going to put his flyer up here in a wee second for the big gig he's going to be taking place in February. We'll just clear the comments or the banner. So, Ballad Fest 4 at the National Stadium in Dublin. If any of you seen the one last year, you would have seen the show. It was put on, absolutely phenomenal lighting show, sound, absolutely great. Looked like a brilliant night. So it's going to be headlined by Garryowen. You have Chris, Erngo Brother, you heard. Then the Irish Brigade full band and Emer with her full band as well. So that's going to be taking place on Saturday, the 4th of February, 2023. Doors open 5 o'clock, folks. Show starts at 6 o'clock, and tickets are from potterbrowns.com. And then so the following night, I'm going to be playing and well, a few other ones just down the road, actually in Dundalk, at the Carrickdale Hotel, folks. So we gave away the first tickets last week, so well done to Marty Heaney, who was the first winner of the tickets. We're going to have some more tickets to give away next month, and then another set of tickets to give away in January. So this is the very first one being run by the Mora Drum Sinn Féin Common folks. The Break for the Border Rebel Night. So Sunday the 5th of February 2023 at the Carrickdale Hotel, Dundalk. Tickets are €15. So if you can see on the screen there, folks, all you do is scan that wee barcode there, or the QR code with your phone, and it'll bring you straight to the Eventbrite website where you can buy the tickets. So on the night, it's going to be all the way from County Kerry, Dreams of Freedom, coming from County Limerick, Clover Rebel Band, local rebel singer from Newry, Liam MacDonald, and then of course Garryowen, who's going to be jumping just down the road from Dublin after playing there the night before the headline the gig, and then myself, Ro, as well. I'll be doing MC for the night for you folks throughout the night, and probably maybe doing a bit of a few tunes afterwards as well. We'll see what happens. So yeah, there's the Break for the Border Rebel Night. So get yourselves along there, folks. The very, very first one. Hopefully it's going to happen next year as well. No, that's wrong. That's what we'll put on there, right? Back to the banner there. So we'll get a few more comments here and see what people are saying. Anne-Marie Barkley says, Maura Burns, how you doing? KVOD is going live at 6:30. Will you please share? Anne-Marie. So listen, yeah, Anne-Marie, you text me during the week about your tickets. So yeah, just pay at the door on the night in the Rock, okay? So don't worry about getting tickets. So say you'll be alright. Just, I know you'll be there with your clan, so just show up the door and we'll sort you out with tickets. Don't worry. Kay Whelan is watching on Facebook. How you doing, Kay? Cheers. So Big Johan is looking for the Fighting Man of Crossmaglen. Just I'm going to get out here now very soon for you, Johan. So up next we're going to do a song which Chris for by Derek Daly, band here from the County Tipperary, the Rebel Hearts, great friends of the show, Potty and all the rest of the lads. So we're going to do this one here. He was looking for, I don't think I've heard this version of this song. So we're looking for James Connolly, Irish Citizen Army, and this is from the Rebel Hearts album, Only Our Rivers Run Free. So for Derek, this one's for you. This is a bit of the Rebel Hearts from Tipperary, and James Connolly, Irish Citizen Army on Rebel Sundays.
Marching down Sackville Street, starry plowing high. Here comes the Citizen Army, with fists raised to the sky. Leading them was a mighty man, mad rage in his eye. My name is James Connolly, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, a small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream. A republic for a working class economic liberty. The champ was up on citizens, this system is a curse. An English boss is a bastard, an Irish will leave it worse. They'll never lock us out again, here's the reason why. My name is James Connolly, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, this small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream. A republic for a working class economic liberty. All over in the GPO, bullets whizzing by. Rick Pearson, Sean McDermott, bidding each other goodbye. Up steps our citizen leader, and he rose up to the sky. My name is James Connolly, I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, a small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. So hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream. A republic for a working class economic liberty.
listening to the Rebel Hearts Review, folks, from the album Only Our Rivers Run Free. It's on Spotify along with their other two albums as well, so make sure you check it out, folks. That was for Derek Daly up on there on this Rebel Sundays, folks, on the Rebel podcast, broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, multi-streaming. Tara, you better watch yourself in this bus. You could see yourself getting turfed out at the next stop, so you could. So please behave, woman, will you? I'm sure there are buses some crack today, so it is used to idiots on it. So it is. Right, there's something else I had to say here. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. Hold on a second. I can find it. Where is the wee flyer? No, yeah, just this one here, folks. Remember, so on the 26th of November, it's great to hear this year event now has been sold out. So it has. So it's going to be a great night at the Fallons Club. Ernua Fruit Band presents the 30th anniversary this year of volunteer Pierce Jordan in the Fallons. One night it's going to be the legend himself, Bick McFarlane, the Irish Brigade, and then the battle of two flute bands, two really good friends bands that have been had a great relationship over the years. Ernua versus the Maxi, of course. Maxi, the volunteer Sean McElvanna, who are actually playing right now in the Squirrel. So they are at the do for Big Skin. So yeah, folks, at their event, it's sold out as far as I know. If you haven't got a ticket for it, don't be showing up. I was actually talking to Mackie yesterday, and he says the event is sold out. I think it's like 250 tickets sold for it. So that's great for the band. It's going to be a great fundraiser for them. So yeah, there's the 30th anniversary this year of Pierce Jordan. And there's going to be a gig the next day as well in the Fallons after the parade. I think they normally have like the Pierce Jordan quiz. And then there's they usually give out like a award, I think, for like one of the travelling bands, and that it is in memory of Hugh Lundy, who obviously was a past member of the band, really good friend of mine, who passed away a number of years ago. So I think the band is renamed that their trophy, or like it's a plaque, in memory of Hugh. And I don't think it's nothing to do with who was the best band or whatever like there. It's just more or less like a thank you to one of the travelling bands who have came to the parade. So yeah, that's going to be a great night, and I'll be DJing probably at the start, and then a bit of a DJing set at the end of the gig as well. So if you're lucky enough to get a ticket for that gig, folks, fair play. It's going to be a great gig. The Fallons on Saturday the 26th of November, and that is the week before our gig in the Rock. So I'll hopefully maybe see a few of you there at both of the gigs. Right, up next let's see what we'll have planned next song. We'll do a bit of Krista Coyle. Krista, who is playing, of course, at the so Derry is winning 1-0 already, so they are. Happy days. 1-0 to Derry against Shelbourne at the Aviva. Happy days. Good to see it there. Let's see. Terry says, Martin, I always behave. It's just unfortunate. It's mostly bad behaviour. God help my poor husband to yours. Seriously, he must have a really hard life living with you, missus. Seriously, I don't know. Right, so up next we'll do a bit of Krista Coyle. It's Krista, who is playing at the Squirrel today at Big Skin's gig. And this is a song that was written by a man who played earlier on, Declan McLaughlin from Derry. It's called I Believe in You. And it's song actually Gary Ogue that sort of took for his own as well. Decky has never recorded this song. This one, it's all about the women in the struggle, and say there would be no struggle, and we wouldn't get as far as we have in it without obviously the women who were involved in it. So this song called I Believe in You, and say it's all about the women. Here we go.
And I've been up and down the highways in the dead of night, singing songs about the justice I don't believe is right, but I believe in you. And I've seen 100 graveyards and a chance to say goodbye. I've never known an English soldier, I've seen a couple die, but I believe in you. And there's no flowers at the graveside from anyone at all. Your picture's in the paper, I think it says it all. And all that I can do is maybe dedicate this song against the wall. Don't worry, sister, and I'll be there if you fall. There's women in the kitchen, there's women on the streets, there's women manning barricades, that's women on their feet. I believe in you. Yes, I believe in you.
Go on to Krista. That's Krista Coyle, folks, from her album From the Streets of Free Derry. Yeah, Krista will be playing today as well in the Squirrel for Big Skins gig. So there you go. If you're at the gig, get your videos up, folks. Send them through, whatever. If any are there, I see a few people are at the gig at the minute. They're sharing gigs, all the videos all over Facebook. Looks really well. If any didn't see us there last night, very, very funny, I have to say. And I had put a post up on Facebook saying, it's a pity we Willie isn't about. Obviously, he missed the banter years. He would have absolutely done his nut over this here. So way to go. This here is what we've been saying. The badge, the FIFA 23, obviously not FIFA like the World Cup tournament. It's the game like FIFA 23. This is the badge that FIFA 23 have adopted for Iran. So it is. So I can see it's IRA. This is like you're going to these people not think of this when they go, yeah, that'll be a great badge we'll have for Iran. We'll just have this here, like. So I'll imagine quite a lot of people are going to be being Iran in the when they're playing FIFA. So they are. So well done there to FIFA. Obviously, their marketing department didn't really think that one through before they decided on the logo for Iran in the FIFA 23 game. There you go. Very, very good indeed. Quite funny. Right. Let's see. Terry Crinny says, bye bye everyone. It's happy hour and it's Carlan. Turn to poor. So yeah, it's still 1-0 to Derry. Happy days. Good to see. Hopefully they'll bring it back. It's been a long time. Bring it back to the wall city as they're calling it there. But great. Right, so we're going to do a song here for Big Johan now. Good friend, the Swedish Provo, has going to be over in Belfast for 4 days. Coming up very soon. Obviously landing here on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Jesus, mate. There won't be much Guinness left in the out west of the city by the time you leave it, mate. So looking forward to seeing you, mucker. So he was looking for the Fighting Man of Crossmaglen. So we're going to do the version now from Finnan from Crossmaglen. Obviously, Big Jemmy, who's no longer with us, who was a vital part of this here band. So he was, and I say, hopefully we'll maybe see the lads, John and Clint, back out in the road again maybe soon, doing a couple of gigs. You never know, maybe out in Easter or something, and maybe get somebody else to fill in with them. But big man Jamie, he's irreplaceable. So he is. Still remember to this day when him and John were on the show. Great banter. So it was. So really, really sorry to hear about Jamie's passing. So here we go. This is Finnan from their album Patriotic Flame, and this is the Fighting Man of Crossmaglen, especially for our big friend Johan, the Swedish Provo.
In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through. The patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. I'll sing a song of the bravest men, that famous fighting unit from Armagh. They are the men from Crossmaglen, among the bravest Ireland's ever saw. In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. At night you hear Bezzica's roar, armour lights are heard across the land. The IRA, their spirits soar, they know the reckoning has come to hand. In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. British scum, oh dear they fear, they never again will see their cushioned shore, because they know that they'll pay dear, their rabble even Ireland's bloody score. In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. We'll not give up until we're free, until Ireland's out of British hands. We'll never rest until we see Britannia's rule driven from our land. In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. In Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen. Yes, it will be those fighting men from Crossmaglen.
There we go. Some of the lads are from Finnan from the album Patriotic Flame. That's the Fighting Men of Crossmaglen. Especially big Johan, our friend, the Swedish Provo mate. Hope you're keeping well. Where was this wee post here from? Or was it? In case I missed it, it's from Jim McCaff. What was he saying there? I see Brent McCann there says, hail, big man, all the best. Big shout out to the family and friends in West Belfast from Florida. There go, cheers for tuning in from Florida today, mate. Good man yourself. I probably must have missed that wee post there from Jim, did I? Where the hell is it? I seen it there somewhere. Where the hell did it go? I cannot see it. There he is, Jim McCaff. Ro, can you give a wee shout out to my Aunt Geraldine? She loves your show. Happy days. Geraldine, thank you very much for tuning in. Much appreciated today. Right, so what we're going to do next, we're going to do a track by... Where are we? What have I lined up next? Obviously, we're going to do our normal try and cut off Facebook Irish Brigade track. So one I don't think I've actually played on the show or not, but so this is from the Irish Brigade's album Live at the Sidewalk in Dublin. So it is. So it's a track Jerry writ called obviously Open Street Mix. So it's all about obviously way years ago before you had the Garvaki Road and all Portadown down whatever. It was all about Open Street where obviously the Orange Men were trying to march down to and this is another one of those sort of hysterical songs that Jerry does where it's a mixture of sort of historical plus a wee bit funny as well. So here we go. This is the Irish Brigade from Live in the Sidewalk in Dublin with the Open Street Mix. Here we go.
The next few songs are songs I wrote during the 1980s. There's a lot of talk about the Garvaki Road at the present day, but back in the 80s the trouble was taking place down in Open Street at an area called the Tunnel. So we're going to do a wee song about that. The next song is a wee invitation to the British troops to go somewhere else rather than here. A song called Out Vider's End to Crossmaglen. And the last song was a reflection of the early successes for Sinn Féin elections in the north, which have come now to probably some of their greatest victories. That song's called Our Day Will Come. We medley of songs. Throughout Ulster each July, you can hear the Orange Men cry, oh, beat out the drums, the marching season's here. For we're going to fill the streets with the sound of marching feet. It's a time when all the Fenians live in fear. No surrender, we will shout, never, never, as we drive the rebels out. Remember 1690 is our cheer. But since 1986 we are up to your old tricks, and the time to turn the tables is now here. Oh, you won't funnel through the tunnel with your sashes and your flutes, but it's time to show that crappies won't lie down. And we will not endure your taunts or the orange flags in front. You can feel your code from Belfast to the boy. But just stop to count the cost of the battle will be lost when you get to Owen Street. One more time. Oh, you won't funnel through the tunnel with your sashes and your flutes, but it's time to show that crappies won't lie down. And we will not endure your taunts or the orange flags you flaunt. You can trail your coat from Belfast to the Boyne. But just stop to count the cost, because the battle will be lost when you get to Owen Street and I'd Peter's End. So I'd Peter's End to Crossmaglen. Farewell to Garryowen. I have seen enough of Ireland, boys, and I won't be back for more. And I won't be back for more. The recruiting sergeant, he told me, son, army life is fine, but he did not mention mortar bombs or bloody claymore mines. So I Peter's End to Crossmaglen, farewell to Garryowen. I have seen enough of Ireland, boys, and I won't be back for more, and I won't be back for more. So farewell at last to West Belfast, the Polglass and the Falls. I quickly got the message there, it was written on the wall. Christmas! So I Peter's End to Crossmaglen, farewell to Garryowen. I have seen enough of Ireland, boys, and I won't be back for more, and I won't be back for more. Now all you young lads, though in England you be, signing on the brew, oh, stay well away from the IRA, and they won't bother you. Let's hear now. So I Peter's End to Crossmaglen, farewell to Garryowen. I've seen enough of Ireland, boys, and I won't be back for more, and I won't be back for more. Our day will come, Chucky Arna, our day will come, a glorious day for Ireland's fighting sons. The day will come, we will be free. Chucky Arna, the dawn of liberty. It's been a long 800 years of English scorn for Irish tears, and only freedom will suffice. We've made too long a sacrifice. That's it. Chucky Arna, our day will come, a glorious day for Ireland's fighting son. The day will come, we will be free. Chucky Arna, the dawn of liberty. And those who make the prisons hell, who hold the keys and lock the cells, your time will come, and it's long due. We'll have our chance to turn the screw. Chucky Arna, our day will come, a glorious day for Ireland's fighting son. The day will come, we will be free. Chucky Arna, one more time now, let's hear it. Chucky Arna, our day will come, a glorious day for Ireland's fighting son. The Chucky Arla, the dawn of liberty. Chucky Arla, the dawn of liberty. Chucky Arla!
On the Jerry there, Chucky Arla indeed. Right, let's see how long we get before we're shut off Facebook now for that third song from the Irish Brigade. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg and your minions listening in, the Irish Brigade. You see, even the name of a band just seems to get us cut off. Right, let's see, 2-0 now to Derry, so it is. Well, happy days, well done there. There you go, John Boy says, Candy says on a road, get in free Derry. See, Carlan is saying, dinner is being served, steak pie or chicken, or potatoes, broccoli, and choice of apple pie or cream. What, is this on your bus? What kind of a bus are you using in? Or are you back in Glasgow and all, are you? So say that's probably some bus getting served to your dinner. So it is. Fair play. Yeah, Marty, yep, 2-0 to Derry. Come on, there we go. So Jim McCaff says, can I play Take Me Home to Mayo for my Aunt Shirley McGrogan? McGogan? Is it McGrogan in this? Yep, I'm going to get that on next after the next one, mate, okay? Next one we're going to do is for John Boy McElhenney, the Postie. From over in Scotland there, Gallipoli by the Furies. Yes, we found this here version here on YouTube. Don't have it on the hard drive, so we'll do it on YouTube. The Furies and Davy Arthur. Love this song as well. So it is. So let's see what we're going to do. So we're going to do this one for somebody actually asked me for Gallipoli last week as well. So we'll do this here as well for my good friend Francis McCann. His dad Frank absolutely loved this song. When I was talking to Francis when we interviewed him on the podcast a few years ago, he was one of his all-time memories was being out in the van in the summer with his dad. His dad was like a charge hand, like a plumbing company, so he was, and he would have in I think it was the Irish Brigade singing Gallipoli. But this here song here always reminds him of his dad Frank. So here we go. This is the Furies and Davy Arthur with the lovely Ballad of Gallipoli. Spicy for John Boy McElhenney. Also thinking today as well of from Hamilton of Frank McCann.
I remember the day, it stands clear in my mind. We stood down at Dunleary to wave you goodbye. Your ma was quietly weeping, there was a tear in my eye, as they sent you to Gallipoli to die. You looked so young as you stood there, it glint in your eye. And he sang rebel songs as the streamers flew high. Your ma turned away and I heard a sigh. God, you're sailing to Gallipoli to die. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When he marched to the wreck, you were proud as could be. And it killed your poor ma, and it slowly killed me. When you were blown, the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. We only got the one letter, and we knew right away. It said, deepest regrets, your son was bold and he was brave. You were only 18, yet your mammy and I let you go to Gallipoli to die. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When he marched to the wreck, you were proud as could be. And it killed your poor ma, and it slowly killed me. When you were blown, the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. You fought for the wrong country, you died for the wrong cause. And your ma often said that it was Ireland's great loss. All those fine young men in march to foreign shores to fight the wars. when the greatest war of all was at home. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When he marched to the wreck, you were proud as could be. And it killed your poor ma, and it slowly killed me. When you were blown, the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When he marched to the wreck, you were proud as could be. And it killed your poor ma, and it slowly killed me. When you were blown, the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli.
See, is that their the whistling of their songs a bit deafened, so it is, but I think it's because it's a live version of that. There's the Furies there and Davy Arthur with Gallipoli. That was especially there for John Boy McLean, and of course thinking of the great guy Frank McCann, father, my friends, Jane and Francis. That was his song there, so it was Gallipoli. Yeah, folks, this is Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast, down to the last 15 minutes or so of the day's show for you. So it looks like it's Carlan says, yeah, private bus, the best way to travel. The boogie bus is the way to travel. We'll stop off for lunch. See, when I think of a boogie bus, obviously you have them over here. People use them for like hen nights and stag nights and all that. And it's basically an old, like a library bus or like a fire engine that's been transformed into like a disco bus of some reason, whatever. And but usually on the boogie bus all the way from Newcastle back to Glasgow. Valerie says, can you play something by the Wicks for Derek? Yes, Colin, we'll look into getting something by the Wicks on the show now. So well, I want to trip on that bus. Right, so we'll go to this one next for Jim McCaff and for his aunt. See, we'll just make sure what his aunt is called again. Or is it his aunt Geraldine? So Geraldine, this one's for you. We're going to do a bit when we sort of say Take Me Home to Mayo, no other sort of bigger sort of singers does this here than the late great Kathleen Largy. So this is with Kathleen Largy and the Flying Columns for Jim's aunt Geraldine. This one's for you. This is Take Me Home for Mayo. Take Me Home to Mayo on Rebel Sundays.
Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea, home again to Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me home to Mayo, and let my body lie, home at last in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. My name is Michael Gunn, from Ballina I came. I saw my people suffering and swore to break their chains. I raised the flag in England, prepared to fight or die. Far away from Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea, home again to Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me home to Mayo, and let my body lie, home at last in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. My body cold and hungry, in Parkhurst jail I lie. sea. Home again to Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me home to Mayo and let my body lie. Home at last in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. Home at last in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky.
There we go. Sound there of Kathleen Largy in the flying column with Take Me Home to Mayo. That's for Jim's Aunt Geraldine, that one there. So I hope you enjoyed it there. Right, folks, in the last few songs this afternoon, so it's 2-0 half time to Derry City. Just seen a video where my good friend Suggs there just put up on Facebook. He's live at the Aviva Niceways. He's a closet Derry City fan. He's up there with all the drummers and all this. So fair play to you, Suggs. Hope you're having a good day, mate. It looks like it, so it does. Right, what is going on here? Hold on a second. I just got a notification there from it says Laura Carson has just tagged you on Facebook, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, what is this here? Hope maybe she's probably heard me. I was giving her grief or something on the show, but no, it's not. It's just something about a Christmas thing. So maybe it looks like I'm going to be having to shell out some more money for Christmas decorations for the garden this year. Going by at there, so it is, folks. Right, what are we going to do next? So Valerie says, can you play a bit of the Wicks for our good husband Derek? So we're going to do this one for Derek Delaney. This one's for you from the what actually album is from? It's actually maybe just a single the Wicks record, but this is a song that Stefan put on his album as well. His recent album song called These Hands. So for Paul Sheridan, the Wicks, and also here goes to the Wicks with These Hands, folks, from Rebel Sunday, especially for Derek Delaney.
I take a look at you, old man, as you sit in your chair. You could be almost anyone, for all I know or I care. But on your chest is a red star from the days long gone by, from a proud fighting past, for a cause you held high. Son, we set out from Glasgow to the war-torn Spain. Brave socialist fighters from a Scottish brigade, not knowing our fate or what would befall. But for justice and freedom, we were proud to give all. And these hands fought fascists at Tarragona in Spain. And my heart beats for justice until my dying day. I never set out for glory, but I've my part to play in the fight against Franco at Tarragona in Spain. For 5 long weeks we'd waited to be handed a gun, and they drove us into the fighting under Spain's blazing sun. The fires of hell don't compare to the battle that day. And in the heat of Arama, 7,000 were slain. But we ran out of bullets, taken by Franco's men to Tavolena de la Reina, and then moved on again. And the Carlton had never seemed so far away. as I lay in my prison at Salamanca in Spain. And these hands fought fascists at Tarrama in Spain. And my heart beats for justice until my dying day. I never set out for glory, but I've my part to play in the fight against Franco at Tarrama in Spain. Take a look at me now, son, and the star in my breast. Some of us gave up everything for the cause of the left, and the deeds that we've done, and the part that we played in the fights against Franco at Tarrama in Spain. And these hands fought fascists at Tarrama in Spain. And my heart beats for justice until my dying day. Oh, I never set out for glory, but I've my part to play in the fight against Franco at Tarrama in Spain. In the fight against Franco at Tarrama in Spain.
What a song there indeed. And yeah, I think Marty hit the nail on the head definitely there. He says, yep, this song does not get enough airtime, definitely. So another especially for Derek, who's looking for a bit of the Wakes, not just the one popped up there on Spotify, and I put a look into the Wakes, and that was the first song from me. Definitely, his hands love it there. It's a great song. So I know John Boy likes to be with the Wakes as well, so he does. So yeah, folks, this is Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast. Cheers for tuning in today. We're going to play maybe with another maybe 3 songs max before we head off this afternoon. So thanks for all tuning in. Again, if you're watching the show not live, tuned in later on this evening or whatever, thanks for coming on, downloading the show or watching the show. It's much, much appreciated. Thanks to everyone today who has dropped us a few quid as a wee tip or donation, folks. It is always much appreciated. So we're still here for another bit, so if you have a few quid there you want to spur, drop us in for keeping the show going on Sunday, please do. You can do it on Revolut or PayPal. Very, very easy. Just scan the wee, put your phone up there against the wee QR code, and it'll bring you straight there, and you can donate as little or as much as you want, folks. So to everyone today who has donated us a few quid, as always, you do every week. Thank you so much. So you really don't know how much I appreciate what you do for me on a Sunday. Sometimes I look at people send me money through, and I'm just going, what the hell? Like, why is people sending me money? I'm just sitting here like talking shit most of the time, playing a few songs, and basically just playing the songs you want, you know. So, but obviously people are enjoying themselves, they're enjoying the show, and they're appreciating what I'm doing. So, it is much appreciated, folks, from myself to all you. So, thank you. Right, so what we'll do next, we'll do one here. Say, obviously, watching that the Rangers match yesterday, seeing Chris Boyd's face was just, it was very, very funny. And even he says the league's over. He said it's over. Gio has to go. No matter who comes in, I think it's gone. So we played this here last week, so we did, folks, and we're doing rather well. So that's Celtic now top of the league for Christmas anyway, so it is. So old Chris will be crying for another few weeks yet, so I think it's no better time than to do this here. So if any of you know the slush or the slush, whatever you call it, get on your feet now. Here we go. Yeah, sort of Daniel Boone there, folks. I'm sure a few of you are boogieing there, doing a bit of the slush or the sluice, as whoever calls it. It was definitely getting done the Landurg last night, so it was anyway. Even by all them culchies. As Carlan and Tara, you do it in the bus, are yous? Up and down the aisle there. Yeah, that there Chris Boyd, he's just a sour baker. Just but it's great to see. Hey folks, that was Rebel Sundays. Down to the last 2 songs of the day. So we'll go to this, the second last one here, spicy for Shane. Who actually asked for it? Haven't played a bit about it. Yes. It's great to hear, Switters. So for Shane Fane, who asked for a bit of Jared Casey from Kieran Davenport. This is from Kieran's album. True to the last. So I think Kieran, so it's Glasnevin, Kieran and Connor are going to be finishing off the gig today in the Squirrel for Big Skin. So here we go. It's Kieran Davenport with from his album True to the Last, the Ballad of Jared Casey on Rebel Sundays, spicy for Shane.
This song I will sing of a brave young Irishman in the struggle for freedom in free Ireland. He joined the IRA and became a volunteer. To his comrades in arms, he never showed no fear. Volunteer Jared Casey, freedom fighter to all, the plight of his country, he answered the call. And all active service he would never ask why. Our brave volunteer was not afraid to die. This man from North Antrim, I'm sure you've all heard tales. Jared Casey's his name, but Sharkin he did dwell. He fought for his country and he gave up his life for his family and friends and his darling young wife. In his younger days he lived life to the full, playing Gaelic football, things were not so dull. Working with his father and serving out his time to set Ireland free, for him it was no crime. No stranger to harassment at the hands of the foe. He was tortured, arrested, to Castlereagh did go. Threatened by imprisonment and death in the end, our brave volunteer, them he would not bend. This man from North Antrim, I'm sure you've all heard tales. Jared Casey's his name, but Sharkin he did dwell. He fought for his country and he gave up his life for his family and friends and his darling young wife. Cruel British assassins in the cover of dark, they headed for Sharkin and into Shamrock Park. With their guns of terror they burst through his door, and the cowards went looking for the family man of 4. They found him with his wife, his baby girl in bed, and they sprayed those English bullets and they left Jared Casey dead. And the cowards they fled in the darkness of night, but his wife and young family would carry on the fight. This man from North Antrim, I'm sure you've all heard tales. Jared Casey's a name, but Sharkin he did dwell. He fought for his country and he gave up his life for his family and friends and his darling young wife. His funeral at St. Mary's, cruel forces of the crown, as a large crowd defied them and the rain lashed down. The piper he played farewell at the grave, and free. Our gallant volunteer, Northampton Brigade, and the rain-swept graveyard where he was laid. Volunteers gone before him who lie in the plots, Jerry Casey and their names will never be forgot. This man from Northampton, I'm sure you've all heard tales, Jerry Casey is his name, but Sharpen he did well. He fought for his country and he gave up his life, but his family and friends and darling young wife.
There we go. Sort of Kieran Davenport there from the album True to the Last. It's a Ballad of Jerry Casey. Folks, that's going to finish up here. So it is. We're going to wrap it up. So yeah, thank all of you who have tuned in today. It's been a great gig. Say very, very sorry about the first bit. You know what the crack is, but I actually don't know what happened there, but something happened with that, the settings on my StreamYard thing, and obviously the first hour was a wee bit not as perfect as it normally is. So let's see. Sydney Deering there says, is watching from Seattle on the early Sunday morning. Thank you very much. Johan says, yet 2 shows left to ease the longing for the 1st to the 6th of December. Can't wait to see you, mate. Jim McCaff says, Mary Lou said, Neil, we don't have to apologise for trying to free our country. Brilliant show as always. Thank you very much. So it's for everybody then that has that missed the first bit of the show, folks. We were doing a few sort of wee thank yous, and basically obviously there's a few commemorations this week. So there was so the first one, obviously we're going to say big happy birthday again to Cruncher, who celebrated his 60th birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Terry Cruncher, you legend, yeah, mate. And then, of course, we played the ballad there of the Lurgan Ambush for volunteers Jervis McCurr, Sean Burns and Eugene Toman on the 40th anniversary of the Lurgan Ambush from the North Armagh Brigade there. And then, of course, way at the start of the show, we're remembering Big Skin, whose first anniversary was yesterday as well. And there's a massive gig happening in the Squirrel Bar today in memory of Big Skin, the big man, Stephen Riley. So, folks, that was Rebel Sundays on the Rebel podcast for another Sunday afternoon from myself, Big Ro. So I hope you all enjoyed the show this afternoon. Again, thanks to you all who donated a few quid towards the show today. It's much appreciated. You're all legends. Thank you to everyone who put requests in for songs. We had a bit of banter with you, which is always good. Says, folks, we'll be back again next Sunday, same time, 1 o'clock. Say, we might have a guest, we might not, we'll see what happens. We're negotiating with a few people this week about getting guests on, but I'd say maybe now that may be the guests for the year, folks, of the show. So maybe I'll start back getting a few guests in from next year onwards, but that could be the end of the guests for the Rebel podcast, Rebel Sundays for 2022. We'll see anyway. We'll have a few more shows to go yet. So folks, thank you to you all. So as normal, we're going to finish up with Around the Vein. So we are. So with our Oak recorded live in the Brazen Cave as we always do. And then we'll play our wee theme tune to finish the show out. So folks, thank you to all of you today. It's been a great show. And say again, sorry about the first half. So the first hour of the show. But you know, if these things happen, and technical difficulty, especially when you're doing a live show happening, and there's nothing a lot you can do about them at the time. So right, we'll go put our flag up, folks, and we'll go play Around the Vein. So thank you very much, and I'll see you all next Sunday. And good luck to Derry City today, who are currently playing. Second half just kicked off. Currently beating Shelbourne 2-0. So happy days. Here we go. Thank you, folks.
Safi Alligator, winds are slow, her tender rannikum, they fudge face hair, shanty, a shun share pasta, the apar, pantera, not and gods in Savarnwell, they gone their kill on Bosno Sill, they gone their scrape, they lavod na be live, Charlotte Canning, Thanks very much. Good night.
You have been listening to Rebel podcast of Rory Carson. To listen to this and past episodes again, and to also check out future episodes, keep an eye on our official SoundCloud page. We are also available on all social media outlets. Just search Rebel podcast. Bhí si bh géisteach an sin leis an fád cruúlaí Rebel le Rory McCarson. Le héisteach le seo agus hir hagran a ríis, agus na hagran atá le teach, caisúil ar siúificail sugin ar SoundCloud, agus táid ar fáil ar gach cinneal ardan ar na main thuisiilta. Ní mór dit ach fád cruúlaí Rebel a chuirda.